Welcome back to the channel. All right, that's right. Vox, in my opinion, the best option for cosmic metal. I was able to do this literally laying in bed because I'm sick and laying by the pool. I've got two solos to show you. We're going to very quickly go over the node itself, things you need to know for this fight for Vox in particular. And then I'm going to show you two fights. If you already know the node, jump straight to those two fights. Let's do this node very, very quickly. The important part is this assault battery. Basically, it's going to store up all the damage you're doing. And then when you knock down Heimdall here, the damage that you've stored up will happen. It's really cool. Then the this interacts with brace for impact, right? So Heimdall is going to go unstoppable when you try to knock him down, basically, like heavy specials, those sorts of things. But the cool thing is you can actually disable this node. I will show you how to do that in the fight. And then very quickly, the other parts of the node that are important is it has the under pressure. We'll talk about this in the fight too, because there's a workaround there with the disorient that can come from it. And then the Matador, you're only gaining power when Heimdall throws his specials. Those are, of course, going to be whether you're doing this with Box or without. I just did this with Hitmonkey, but you know what? Seaton's already put out the Hitmonkey video, so I have a feeling you may have seen it. You may have seen it. All right. So this first solo is the one where I end up actually getting pushed to my special 3. I had some beautiful, beautiful solos going multiple times, and there is a bug, and I want you to see this so you know that you can get this fight done anyway, and it absolutely ruined those solos. I was able to pull these off. They're a little bit more ugly, but it gives us more to talk about and more to help you get this fight down. So my general advice here is always bait the special 1, of course, with Heimdall. I think a lot of us know that. And then that was the bug right there. See how Heimdall, if that happens, don't worry. Try not to worry. I had it happen 3 times in a row at this point. Just go in, tap him, you're gonna reset the fight. It's annoying, it's frustrating. I'm glad I wasn't streaming because I'm not sure I would have handled it so calmly, at least as calm as I am now about it. But if that happens, just keep going. So you're gonna bait the SB1 just like you always do against Heimdall. Now here's where this gets a little bit different as far as playing boxes concerned. You want to always do your best to have your under, which means you're gonna be throwing your special ones. I would not in any way, shape, or form be concerned about getting your degens back off of Heimdall, especially trying to time that with the latter end of it to get as much damage as possible. Just by doing this rotation, let's call it, you will simplify this fight tremendously. This is a complicated fight. There's AI issues, and I don't mean there's something wrong with the AI. I mean, Heimdall's AI clearly has a bit of a heavy bias. He will just throw this out of nowhere. Then you've got issues with the node itself as far as timing, and then you've got to get the node on cooldown. What node on cooldown am I talking about? Well, it's that it looks like an unstoppable in the upper right hand corner. It's blue right now. The only way you get that down is by punishing Heimdall's heavy with an attack of your own. It actually is helpful for you that you get rooted when Heimdall throws a heavy. There's an opening right in the beginning of it. You're going to see. You'll see me throw usually a light attacker if I could. If it's a medium, I believe it was fine. I had it work out multiple times just fine. And then you're going to evade the rest of the heavy. When you do that, the node will go on cooldown, the unstoppable node. That will allow you to knock Heimdall down with your own heavy, or more importantly, your specials, and that's when you're going to get a tremendous amount of damage. And you're going to see these big bursts. Do not worry, like you saw, that was a nice size burst. Don't worry if it's less than that. Just by virtue of playing box, throwing your special ones, keeping your undermine up, which will help you with the auto block. You can see how that was a slight issue there, but I was able to play around it. You'll be just fine. You will get this fight down. That's why, again, why I wanted to show you multiple solos, so you can really see, like, hey, it doesn't have to be beautiful, it doesn't have to be gorgeous. And because my beautiful, gorgeous ones got ruined by that stupid, stupid bug, which really, really annoys me. And then the last part here that I want to show you in this fight in particular is that if you get pressed to your SP3, don't worry about it. It's okay. Remember, it's going to do some damage too. You're going to see here, by virtue of triggering another part of the node, Heimdall's going to get a little bit of power burn, power burst there, power gain. And so now I've got a problem because I'm trying to get the heavy portion of the node down, the unstoppable portion, and I do. I got that down. You can get that evade down. That's really important. And then Heimdall goes immediately into his special 1. So I get pushed to my special 3, throw that. Look at this is 10% of Heimdall's health. This is 10% of Heimdall's health, and it's about to all disappear. You're A-okay if that happens. In fact, my understanding is from I tried to get gauge it on my Discord server and stuff. The SP3 route is actually a route that a lot of people are going as far as just trying to get the fight down, simplify it. As you can see, that was still only barely over 3 minutes long. slightly better play, slightly better AI a few times, would have been just fine. So here's version 2, and I'm showing you this one so we can, again, go over the main points of the fight, but also so you can see I'm going to get lucky twice here. 2 times I'm focusing too much on throwing my special 1, trying to time things a little bit too much, and I forget to take down the unstoppable portion of the node, and I throw my special 1 into it. You don't want to do that. I get very lucky in this one. In my other attempts and other times, whenever I did that, Heimdall immediately went unstoppable and punished me and, destroyed me, and the fight was over. So when you might get lucky too. If it happens, if you get lucky, hey, that's cool. Keep going, get the solo, get the fight down, have some fun with it. But in general, don't make this mistake. So I'll just repeat it one last time here. The goal of this fight, or the rotation for this fight, bait Heimdall's SP1, let that give you power. Do not worry about your degen as far as like timing, getting it back so you can get your buffs back, or getting the degen to last as long as possible. Throw your SP1s to keep up your undermine, so that'll help you with the auto block. Then once that has happened, get the unstoppable node down by the punish, right? You can see, and then get those evade down. Get the evade down. Once you get the evade down for Heimdall's heavy, it'll simplify every single one of these fights for you for all the different objectives, and then you get your She-Hulk piece. So that's it. As you saw right there, I got insanely lucky. I threw my special 1 into Heimdall's unstoppable. I didn't get punished. I got lucky. If that happens to you, hopefully you get as lucky as I did. But you'll have to see. And then just lastly, as we let this fight finish off, this is a new rank 3 for me with Vox. It's been pretty cool. I've been using Vox in Battlegrounds, and it's been phenomenal. I actually think that the node is hurting Vox, not helping Vox, as far as quickness in fights. And the Undermine has been coming in more and more and more. Arcade getting a buff and still is actually a pretty tough defender. I've hit quite a few arcades. The Undermine has been great. It's been great for Penny Parker. And then I've actually used Vox for some I think, like true target matchups as well, the way the degen works. And then, of course, all those immunities to various power manipulations there. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan, and it's cool to have a new rank 3 pay immediate confidence. I know you can use Beta Ray Bill for this objective, is my understanding. And Bill, if played extremely, extremely well, can do massive, massive bursts. Maybe those fights are a little bit faster, but as far as taking a really difficult fight with a difficult node set and a difficult AI and a bug that exists clearly in this fight, being able to simplify it like this with Bill, I'm willing to take another minute or so, get that solo, and have a great time. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.